Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Paper Mario. Elliot, all I said was welcome back to Paper Mario. Was that funny?
it's just bleed over from the
lingering laughter.
conversation we had before we hit the part.
All right, Control P, buddy.
You think you know Rockhawk, and then he says something very stupid. It's like, oh, Rockhawk used to be cool.
You never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
So basically, now that we've gotten all that odds and ends out the way here, I'm just decided to go south. And my God,
no guys are laughing at, but
I know.
No, it's actually just seeing Mario just sliding.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, because
the audience won't see that.
Yeah.
Though. That's the thing.
Here, let me record it, and then
maybe refresh rates are weird.
Maybe if I deliberately set the, because I'm editing these for this.
no, just record it with your phone, and then Ellie can slip a chunk of the footage
the next
in there.
time we're like in a
Just so you
stretch
guys
of road.
understand what it is that we're seeing.
Next time we're in a stretch of road or something like that, because I'm not going to hold
Here.
the phone up and record the
Hold on,
entire
Matt.
time.
Go back and do it again.
Stop that. It's post commentary.
Well, technically, that means you can just rewind it.
Then it just warps back to the time Matt recorded this. It's like a vision.
Oh, where are we going?
basically, now that we got the rock out the way, the trains are back in service, so now we can go out and play in the sand.
The rock was never in the way.
Sand.
So much sand.
I hate desert worlds.
Just aesthetically, very.
I mean, not all the time. Not all the time, but on average, I could go without sand. I can go without deserts. I mean, honestly, I think it's more so desert at level 2.
Are you willing to murder not just the men, but the women and the children too?
What is it that you don't like about
that? No, it's not so much desert. It's so much desert at level 2. Like, can I at least get this like level 4 or 5 or something? Then I'm okay with it after I've seen enough of the world. Then
I'm saying, what's wrong with desert environment specifically? Or is it just this game's desert?
Usually with deserts, there's not much to see or do. It's just sand as far as the eye can see, and you got to get from one place to the next.
Not much to see or dune.
Fuck you.
No, I'm with Matt as well. To me, it's not so much the desert world being there. It's how soon is it brought in. And unfortunately, in Mario tradition, the desert world is often the second world in the game. I think starting with Mario 3, that was the case. And
Mario 2.
Mario 2 USA.
Mario 2 was like you had the Cobrats and the pots and the sand,
but at least I had a pleasant night view or a pleasant day view to look at, or not the NES version, of course, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
To me, desert worlds don't often get interesting until I get inside the pyramid or the tomb.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and in that case, in Paper Mario's, because that's exactly what happens. And I find that more visually interesting because I'm the same way because we're going to get to a spot where there are spinies all over the place, and you have to start hunting for a specific jewel, and it's just flat sand.
Yep.
Like as far as the eye can see.
I mean, hell, another game, as much as I love it to death these days, Final Fantasy 12, you got to start out in the Damascus sand. I was like, I wish I had fun.
Evilise is brown.
But for what it's worth, though,
not my Evilise. I come from tactics.
You put it through that, but if you can get through that, though, you're money for the rest of the game.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
will do Zodiac Age for the channel.
To be fair,
I don't know
like
how I'm going to do
it's
it,
not as
but
if deserts can't be effective because most of the time, besides it being introduced too early for my taste, aesthetic is also a big thing for like the desert itself. I think though, if like
I just want an exciting desert.
If the harshness of the desert is a point, and I think it's told effectively, I'm okay with that. I think of the desert that you're stranded in 10 when you're looking for the Al Bhed home. Yeah, when you're looking for the Al Bhed home, and you're just wandering for a bit because it's like fuck, what now? You know, everything happened with the wedding and that sort of shit.
Yeah,
like we got to find the way to get back home, but you're wandering in the desert, and it's exactly as treacherous as it sounds.
Hey, but the thing about 10's desert is it's not very long, and I love Zenobia Sands.
Yes.
Hey, what do you sell at the mattress store? All bed.
So the Monty moles in this game,
they just basically throw rocks.
That's the funniest shit about them because as you've seen before earlier, you can get the first strike on enemies if you manage to catch them by surprise. These guys can first strike you as well just by throwing a fucking rock at your head. It's like they see, oh, this is Wacka.
It's Wacka.
That's Wacka. Yes, basically you're basically eating his tumors, and every time you eat one of them, you get 25 hit points and 25 flower points.
Wait, did you see that?
Yeah. At this stage in the game, they're elixirs, but After a while, he will go away.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing the 1,000-Year Door remaster, in which case he will become a super boss.
Like, wait a minute. That Monty Mole, like, as soon as he went to the edge, he was like, what? Where'd he go? Well, he's like, he was right there.
Hey, Mario, eat shit.
Oh, wait. Hold on. They're moles. Their eyesight's shit anyway.
Exactly.
You know what? That makes sense.
I mean, also part of that is because I always think so when I think of Monty Mole, I always think of Mario World.
Yeah, man.
Because Mario World, I think, was their introduction. If I recall, Monty Moles. I'm pretty sure Monty Moles were in
It might have been World.
Yeah, it was World.
I don't recall.
It might have been World.
I don't recall Monty Moles in 3.
No, it was
I
World.
in the office. I was like, were they in 3?
Yeah. Monty Moles were introduced in World, and I always obviously they wear shades because it's supposed to be a visual play on they have piss poor eyesight, but at the same time, it's like you're in a cave. Take the fucking shades off.
Yeah.
It's you're only doing this to yourself.
But they can't naturally see to begin with, so double your sight with you can't see anything. It's just jack shit.
So you might as well look good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so it wasn't World. World was the first one.
Yeah.
And when I searched them, I got pictures of them without the sunglasses, and I don't like that at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah.
They're very beady-eyed. Go ahead, Matt.
Now, these are the clefts. Remember what I said about D down pound?
Yeah.
Unless you want to spend 4 FP constant, 3 points constantly, you may as well just shell out the 2 and just bang their skulls in like that.
And that's only possible because you have that badge equipped.
Right.
Otherwise,
D down
you
pound.
bomb that.
Yeah. D down pound is basically the pure strength of your hammer, not hammered by any sort of defensive stats. The way I go with Mario builds in this game is basically I use the jumps for statuses and the hammers for the offensives. Or the quakes.
Who
They
should prefer?
gave his hammer piercing.
I know we probably talked about this in the first session, but forgive me, it's been a couple weeks. Who is your preferred partner?
I alter between Gabario, Coops. Honestly, what? What's what? Why?
Why do you want to know? Why?
No, but for real, Watt's the best one, hands down. Yeah. Just not only is she.
Watts is the last one I think you get, right?
No, the last one is Lacoster.
Yeah. Spike.
No, Lacoster.
Spike.
Lacoster is who again?
Spike. He's the dweeby Lakitu who wants to believe he's named Spike, but in reality he's just Lacoster, a dork.
His name is Spike because he wants to be called Spike.
That's nice. And that's nice. And Twitter wants to be called X. Guess what? It's fucking Twitter.
Damn.
Now I just call it an abandoned amusement park.
You're just out here dead naming.
Well, not really.
God damn.
I dead named a website like Elon dead names his child.
Oh no, I'm talking about Spike.
Oh.
I'm all for dead naming Twitter because fuck Elon.
Right.
But don't dead name Spike. He wants to be called Spike. Accept that.
No.
Wow. You're on the wrong side of history, Matt.
No, I'm on the right. No, I'm on
Yes,
the.
you bro.
Just stop talking right now.
If Spike was.
Well, no, Backcast not talking. He's in charge of this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I thought there was something in there and there wasn't. So
Well, then again, we all really can't stop talking since we're all a part of this.
we're all
Yeah,
part of
but
the
Matt's
problem.
the one that.
I know
recorded
he's the one mainly doing this, but
And
still.
I can't recall the last time I played Paper Mario.
You said you didn't get far in it, right? How far did you get?
I don't remember.
You never finished this game?
No, I never did.
Oh,
I mean, let's be real. When you compare it to 1,000-Year Door, you can see why.
My
don't.
problem is that I started with the 1,000-Year Door.
Yeah,
And I think going the thing that I really appreciated 1,000-Year Door over this in retrospect is because Rogueport and that was a whole new world.
Yeah.
That was a whole new world that was completely removed from the standard formula of Mario locales.
Yeah.
No Paper Mario. First world is a green grove. Second world's a desert. There's an ice world. There's a jungle world. There's a Bowser land. You know, it is a traditional Mario RPG. Let's put it that way. But I loved Rogueport. I loved all of the locales in 1,000-Year Door.
I like the center square where people got hung.
I also, I think,
which also begs the question: how do you hang a Goomba?
this is not so much, and this is not so much like
the
this is not so much this game's fault. It's just that 1,000-Year Door benefits from being the second game.
Yeah,
and you can use, you can implement feedback or just refine things that people might have found troublesome in the original game. I think 1,000-Year Door just has a much better story.
Yeah.
And I love the cast of characters so much in 1,000-Year Door.
Here's me having to brainstorm on where letter 3
Which
was.
is not to say this cast is weak. It's not. It's just that I think the thing that drove me away from it was because I was aesthetically bored of my locales. You know?
Okay.
I just didn't find them as interesting because it's Mario. Like it's
Yeah.
I know it's weird to say it's Paper Mario, but a big part of it was because everything reeked familiar to me aesthetically, and that kind of it turns me away for a bit. After a while, I did just kind of get bored, and I stopped playing.
Yeah.
So basically here now, you ultimately had to get those 3 letters for Parakarry, basically doing his job for him, to which case I would have just ratted him out to his boss and got him fired. But so now we have the idea here that we're going to try to... Oh my god, this dude is the world's worst postman.
Yes, I want to file a complaint. My mail has not been delivered for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but he has to deliver that mail to the boss for them to go get that point. And once he realizes it's a complaint about him, he's torching that shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Not to mention, when's the last time Mario's been home?
He definitely was it Parakarry?
Yeah.
That's the name. Parakarry definitely strikes me as someone who opens up other people's mail.
Yeah.
Anthrax,
No.
sir? Is anthrax bad?
Whack-a-mole, baby. Now, Parakarry here basically is your anti-air specialist, which means he doesn't get to be used as often as you'd like him to be. His shell shot does hurt, though, for what it's worth.
Yeah, I left this battle in because we already fought Monty moles, but I figured you can use this opportunity to
showcase
explain
Parry.
Yeah,
Parakarry, like I said, he shines much better in the in the dungeon he's going to be based in, where the swoopers are at. But ultimately, you can replace him if you just use a Quake badge on Mario.
items.
No, I mean the Quake badge. Basically, he'll get badges that allow him to do earthquake attacks.
And that just shakes everything.
It
up.
shakes the whole screen, yeah.
Really? So, like, even an enemy that's flying
No, not an enemy so much that's flying, an
Okay.
enemy that's on the ceiling.
on the ceiling.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
okay.
like the bats that hang down.
the swoopers. is what I was
Swoopers,
talking
yeah,
about.
they'll hang from the ceiling. So if you Quake badge them, it'll shake them off.
Okay.
However, this is his real utility. He can now give you over extra long cliffs.
And every time I do it, I feel like I'm gonna fall.
It does look like he barely manages to get you over there.
To be fair, Mario is pretty fat.
Is he? The wing flap sounds also sounds like
I
it's,
don't know, man, because okay, so to be fair, my only frame of reference is his boxer's costume in Mario Odyssey. That man does not have a bitch tit on him.
He doesn't.
He's portly, but he's not fat.
He's like dad bod. He's just got a gut.
I wouldn't even say dad bod.
See, well, what I mean is just that he's relatively in some kind of shape,
Yeah.
but he's got a gut,
Yeah, he's Italian.
which is accurate, I guess.
Maybe.
You know
I
what?
would not call Mario fat.
These
that fat,
are
no.
ball bulbs. Do yourself. You got to find 4 of these to get access to World 6. And if you happen to miss any of them along the way, you can't. They're never like permanently inaccessible. But God help you if you fucking come up one short and you're like, where the
Which
fuck
one
am I
did
going?
I miss?
Yeah, this eventually becomes the wall of I have to go backtrack and do stuff, but you can get it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
well,
can't
I mean,
get
if
everything
you're-
on the
Wouldn't
way.
you say, though, that if you're naturally exploring every nook and cranny anywhere, you're going to find them naturally?
Yeah.
Naturally, yeah,
Yeah.
but some people may
can
not
always
play
whiff.
games like that.
Yeah.
Or on a repeated playthrough,
Yeah.
you might forget, like, oh, okay, I already know where I have to go, so
Yeah.
I go, and then you forget, I needed to
no
make a
matter
detour.
the game,
Here I'm
unless
just
it's
hauling ass to get
something
the
I've
star
played
piece.
a million times already, I'm very thorough with every area that I go through.
Yeah, I just like I said. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off a bit here. One thing I do want to show off is all the star pieces that we're to get, at least on the field map to get.
Yeah.
Like if there's the ones I don't, the only star pieces I don't show off are the ones in the quiz game.
Yeah.
And God forbid if Johnny accidentally edits any of them out, then sorry
no,
about that.
I'm scrubbing through footage to see what's the purpose of Matt going here, and if the answer is save point and then he goes back, I cut it because
Okay.
that's Matt just recharging his resources. But no, like to go back to my earlier comment,
I forgot about that.
when I'm hosting recording sessions on my community Discord for a review, like I let the audience know ahead of time. All right, I need you to understand, this is not. I'm not streaming this like a Twitch stream or a Let's Play. I'm making a review of this game, and when I'm in review mode, I am everywhere.
Yeah.
I am rubbing against every wall. I am checking every room. I am very thorough.
like a dog in heat.
Yeah, I am very thorough because I want to explore everything I can for the sake of, I'm taking notes about it, making something a video about it. I can't think of a game immediately off the top of my head where my first playthrough, I beeline through everything. Because
Mortal Kombat
that's
Special
just not just nothing to explore. in
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat Special Forces. Because I don't like the I need to explore. You give me a room, I'm going to explore that room.
Yeah.
I always say with RPGs, figure out where you have to go and go there last.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's what it
if
is.
If the obvious way to forward is right, I'm going left.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm going to go left, I'm going to go up, I'm going to go down, I'm going to do everything other than go to that door because I know when it's time for me to progress, I know where I got to go.
Well, for the one it's worth, I was having a weird little hiccup on my own end trying to get the C-stick right kind of thing. So I ended up pushing like a button wrong or two here and there. I seen you somewhere.
Just a minute.
Which one of you flat-foot is the real Dirty Dan?
He does look like one of those type of people.
What do you think Mario looks like in that wanted poster that like he was given to Bowser?
You remember that Lloyd picture from Tales of Symphonia?
It's the same picture, but he's got a Mario hat on.
Yep.
And a crudely drawn mustache.
Now, you can avoid this guy constantly by saying Luigi, but I'm pro-violence, so.
Mario takes the overalls off. And this t-shirt says pro-violence. And the vulture's like, ooh.
He's there in nothing but his boxers. The repulsive ones that say home of the Whopper right on the front.
I was like, the thing with a Parakarry is like when you hear the wings flap, it sounds like the audio is reversed for some reason.
I hate that.
yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah.
He's hilariously vulnerable to being shrunken. That
put him in your ass.
No, he'll grow
Gi-
big again.
Give him a story to tell. Yeah, I know. Do you remember Ant-Man's plan? He's just gonna grow inside and rupture your asshole.
No, you gotta put him in. You gotta put him in his ass. You gotta get Lemmy Winks out.
So when an enemy is miniaturized, what's the benefit?
attack power goes way down.
Goes way
That's
down.
pretty much it, but that's
Okay.
all you really need.
Where'd he go?
So, of course, even though I said that they are vulnerable to it, it doesn't always work, obviously.
Wait, how did it feel getting up close shot of his cloaca?
However, as I was about to showcase there with Parakarry, sometimes shrinking doesn't always work out in your benefit, because that could also mean that your enemies just become a harder target for your action command.
Smaller hitbox. So all right. So the numerical value on the left is the amount of turns left they have in that status.
Yes.
What's the symbol on the right?
It's basically what they're affected by.
Oh,
that one
okay.
there was the shrink symbol. The other one you'll see later on is going to be like sleep. They have ones for frozen. They have ones for... Well, actually, come to think, I don't think Mario can freeze anybody in this game.
With a gun, he can.
Well, isn't there like the icicle item, the snowman or something?
There is, but it doesn't freeze.
Oh, it doesn't have a status effect for that?
Right.
No, it's just a snowball with a rock inside
Oh,
it.
fuck you.
I hate that shit.
One of those kids.
Ellie, you bastard.
Jesus fuck!
Yeah, but to see now he's bigger. The reticle's a lot bigger for Parakarry.
God damn!
I'm not looking to cause problems.
I am.
But I will give you the solution. Bam.
I am problems.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, I think shrink also might. I'm not. I don't want to say definitively.
Wrong.
Thank you, Elliot.
Whatever. I collect that
think
down
shrink
defense.
might. No, I think shrink might actually cause enemies to not be able to use certain skills. Like you've seen it here. Ever since I shrunk him, all he's doing is a basic tackle.
I think as a nice callback to Pokemon, if an enemy is shrunk, your jump should do like double damage.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, stomp.
Yeah, because in starting as early as Gen 1, an enemy that uses Minimize to increase their invasion was also 2 times susceptible to stomp.
Gen 2.
Yeah.
That was Gen 2 and
That was
beyond?
Gen 2 that started
Okay,
that, yeah.
Okay. And that's fun little details. It's also why an enemy using Dig will always get hit by Earthquake.
Right.
Or at least takes like way more damage with Earthquake.
No, it just gets hit.
They're in the ground. It's like, oh, fuck. Why is he doing that?
no, they just get hit. But I see your point.
Yeah.
They do this. They also invite similar mechanic with a flying hurricane. Hurricane, I think Hurricane becomes completely accurate, or only just allows you to hit him in the air.
Something of the sort. Similar principle.
Right, and it's always accurate. No,
Yeah.
it allows you to hit him in the air. It's always accurate in rain.
Okay.
Nice.
And there goes the boss.
So here's the thing about this. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you go past the vulture correctly and he asks, are you this person? You can give him a wrong answer because you got Luigi and
Yeah.
you also got Princess Peach.
Yeah.
If you say
If
Luigi,
you lie to him, Does he let you bypass?
Yes, he will.
Yeah. Okay.
If you say Luigi, he'll go, my mistake, and then be on your way, and then be on his way.
yeah.
But you have to keep lying to him each time.
Oh.
And after a while, I'm sick of text boxes, so I want to find
So wait, is that guy completely optional?
He's completely optional.
Oh, okay.
Well then.
Why'd you waste my time?
I told you. He had star points, and I am pro-violence.
The end of another weekend, but never the end of more Patreon shoutouts. So shoutouts to Ian, Sinful Habits, Kelmachi, Spooky Wookie, Big 8, the YouTuber, Playtendo4, Lost Wheat, Saber and Silver, Banbur 2000, Byron, Super Dana, and finally for today, Heartless. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you next weekend with more Paper Mario. Have a good night, everybody.